It's your girl, Bookish Nerdy Girl, coming at you with another video. Today I'm checking out some more Fate lore stuff. This is Fate lore Ivan the Terrible from Side 4. I always love getting these like little character information bits from you guys because I don't play the game, so I don't really know any of the characters except from what I've seen from the main series or the main roots, as you want to call them. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Bookish Nerdy Girl. I do all different types of content. I do anime stuff, I do comedy, horror stuff, gaming stuff, and even if your recommendation doesn't fall into any of those categories, if it's interesting enough to me, I will more than likely check it out. So let me pull up the video real quick and let's get it. Let's see what we're working with here.
This is how you know the design is fire. I don't even know what I'm looking at, and it's still clean.
I mean, I kind of agree.
What is up, guys? Today I bring to you the servant profile of the day.
Cool.
Ivan the Terrible.
I just love his name. His name says everything.
As a rider. His place of origin is Russia, and he was the Tsar of Russia during the 20th century. The term Tsar itself meaning emperor. In the Fateverse, his reign is still taking place, and he's been able to maintain the throne for 450 years.
Damn.
Here, he rules over the Anastasia Lost Belt, which is a variation of the world that's been knocked into the Ice Age. And due to these conditions, him and his people were forced to merge with magical beasts in order to survive.
That's why they look freaky like that. Okay. That
Due to him merging with mammoths and saber-toothed tigers, Ivan has become a creature known as the Yaga. He can manipulate lightning at will, and after being in control for 450 years, he's reached the level of a divine beast. Average Braun and Atalanta even made claims to say that he's on the level of a divine ancient spirit. Class skills. Riding. The rank is EX.
Okay, so he's in the riding class.
Since Ivan has supreme status over his people, he's been given the same status among his class. If you ever need a chauffeur, just hit up your boy Ivan. He can drive any vehicle, literally, no problem. Literally. I'm not sure how he's gonna fit in the vehicle, but yeah.
He'll figure it out.
Contradictory mind. The rank is A class. By the time he was 8, Ivan had lost both his mother and his father. The people he grew up with were nobles that constantly fought each other over power. The same nobles that killed his mother. This led him down a path of sadistic behavior. As a way to air out his frustration, he started cutting open small animals. Eventually, he turned to God as his one and only truth. Taking inspiration from the Old Testament, his idea of a good leader was someone who was brutal and served retribution. Once he became emperor, he would torture any and everybody who felt the need to stick their chests out. And after torturing all these people, he would lock himself in the church every day at 4 in the morning.
It's like some Manifest Destiny shit, man.
Sins. He even killed his own son on accident by striking him with a staff. He spent the final years of his life in regret for those actions. The skill acknowledges the fact that he's a broken individual. And as a servant, he will operate accordingly.
Makes
Innocent
sense.
monster. Loss. At the time, Ivan was going through a period where he lost his wife, Anastasia. His country was going through drought, famine, and multiple losses on the battlefield. If that wasn't enough, one of his advisors teamed up with the same people he was going against during the war. So he dipped out and sent a letter to his people stating his demands.
Seriously, I agree.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't trust y'all, and the only way I'll come back is if you make me ruler of the entirety of Russia.
Makes sense.
As I mentioned before, Ivan lost his trust in the nobles when he was only a child.
I'm gonna pause it right there. I'm sorry, but I'm kind of with Ivan on this. I mean, you literally killed everyone important to him and then expected his undying loyalty. Really? Do you not see an issue? We're gonna get back to the video.
What they were capable of, and it's speculated that his wife Anastasia died from being poisoned. Exactly
and you killed
like
his wife?
mother. Turns
Dude!
out the nobles couldn't run the country without Ivan anyway, and they ended up begging him to come back.
Duh!
They accepted his demands, making him the very first Tsar in Russian history.
Good.
Similar to Vlad the Impaler, people viewed Ivan as an absolute monster. Sure, there may have been people who would vouch for him, but from the outside looking in, people viewed the way he ruled as inhumane.
Or
it is
tyrannical.
for this reason that the people of Europe gave him the title Terrible.
Yeah.
Because of this, he's manifested as the very monster that people perceived him to be.
Even if he wasn't actually
Emergency
that bad.
powers. The rank is A-class. When Ivan became the ruler of Russia, he created a policy called Oprichnina. The point of this was to find the people that were plotting against him, take their land, and kill them. For the most part, it was something that he made to protect himself from the nobles.
I mean, yes and no.
Ultimately, he became a feared individual, even within his own nation.
Yeah.
It is for this reason that he's acquired the skill. His aura alone is strong enough to lower the stats of the opponent.
Damn.
And the only way to stop this is by having the charisma skill at rank B or higher.
That's fighting dirty,
if you're a
though.
regular human, you'll have a hard time just looking upon
it's fighting
his
dirty,
body.
but it's not.
Chulne Oprichnik. The black dogs seeping out of my dreams. The rank is B class. It's an anti-unit phantasm, which means it's used against one person. After establishing the Oprichnina, Ivan created the Oprichniki to enforce these new rules. The Oprichniki were pretty much a small police force, and they get rid of anyone who dared to oppose Ivan's judgment.
Yeah, makes sense.
This includes, but is not limited to, impalement, rape, and torture.
Oh no, I don't condone that.
He's acquired them as a noble phantasm. Once he goes to sleep, the Oprichniki will spawn in order to protect
Which means
Ivan
you run.
and his domain. Normally, these men aren't even a big deal in terms of power, but in the capital of his domain, each one has the strength of a low-ranking servant. And to top it off, he can spawn them infinitely. They are relentless, and they will not stop until the opponent is in a body bag. Very Crestini Cod.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck that shit say. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. The rank is A+. It's an anti-unit phantasm, which means it's used on one person.
Oh shit.
Since Ivan declared himself as the ambassador of God, standing in his way would also mean that you're standing in the way of God. Therefore, he will bring you down.
It's like Manifest
the move
Destiny
itself
shit,
is stated
dude.
to be the size of a mountain. Upon his use, he will give form to his beast state, which would be a giant mammoth. The mammoth then charges a huge amount of energy and releases a beam that rains down on the opponent.
Holy shit.
This is not overkill at all. That about wraps it up. If you enjoyed the video, please like it up so we can get this trending. Feel free to add information as you see fit.
Okay, so that was the end of the video. Sci4, awesome content as per usual. I've checked out, I think, 1 or 2 of his other videos, so go on my channel and search them for yourself. And of course, check out Sai's channel. He always seems to know what to do when it comes to Fate stuff, especially character profiles that are for more of the villainy perspective characters. But yeah, that was super interesting. I always love learning more about the characters where I don't play the games and where I love the Nasuverse as it is. It's super interesting because there's so many different layers. It gives me that like DC Marvel vibe. Like that's one of the reasons why I'm super interested in it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, again, go on over to Sci4's channel and check out his content. I'm doing pretty okay after my COVID vaccination. I've just been really tired, and then I've had some really bad muscle aches, just like some back pain and stuff like that. But I'm hoping to get this video up as soon as possible, Friday or Saturday, you know, hopefully if I'm not feeling too crappy. But this has been another Bookish Nerdy Girl video. Peace out, everybody. Stay safe and healthy.